I know I always say it, but when we are on our travels, it's definitely about the people and the places. And today we are at the historic Camden Airport in New South Wales, a relic from the Second World War, and it still operates today. But I am here because I want you to say g'day to Byron. He's a teenager from beautiful sunny Queensland, and he's a young boy on a man's mission, that's for sure. Even though he's young, he's not too young to have a dream to circumnavigate Australia. Not in a car, not in a motorhome, not on a tractor. This one is next level, guys. Byron is doing this in an aeroplane, under instruction from Queensland's pilot Rodney Flockhart from Flightscope Aviation. And it's not just about flying the plane that separates Byron from the rest of the crowd. It's the cause he's doing it for. And that is, he is raising awareness and raising funds for Crohn's disease, particularly with health in remote areas in Australia. And guys, could there ever be a more worthy cause? So you've started your own YouTube channel, mate, about your journey. What's it called?
Teen Pilot Down Under.
Okay, and they can go over to your channel and see all about your fundraising, all about your information.
Yeah.
I'll drop the link in the description, box below. You can go across to Byron's channel, check him out. It's going to be a ripper, and I think we're going to see a lot of this young guy. My hat's tipped to you, mate. Now, here's the kicker. Byron, you've taken this on with such tenacity, such maturity. How old are you, mate?
Yeah, mate, I'm 14 at the moment.
14.
Yeah.
And this is what you do.
Yeah.
And you have to get your head around his age. Now, I'm by no means underestimating the average Aussie kid out there, but I mean, if you're around my age, what were you doing when you were 14? Fantastic effort, mate. So all the best to you, Byron. I think he's going to set Australia on fire with his story. This is like a pilgrimage almost. Please get on board with young Byron. All it takes is to head over to his channel, hit the subscribe button, and let's really get the numbers in town for Byron and what he's supporting, which is a very, very worthy cause indeed. Byron is waving a big flag of awareness for Queensland's Children's Hospital, who are, guys, in real need of research and funding. Now, mate, I really do want to thank you for the opportunity just to meet you and your dad and Rod and spending a couple of days with us. It's been really good, mate. So where to tonight? Where's your next destination when you fly out of New South Wales?
Well, we're going to fly into Port Macquarie, and then the trip's going to end in Archfield. It's been a wonderful journey. It's been long. I'm going to miss the plane while I'm back in Brisbane, but it's going to be good to get back to my own bed.
Well, fly well, mate. And just one last thing. I want to show the viewers your routine. Flying, landing in regional towns, staying in pubs, just what it's like in the day in the life of Byron. Will we show them?
Yeah, why not, mate?
Come on, Byron, up you get. Time to get up, boy.
party line.
Oh, all the lights are coming on the autopilot. All the lights are coming on the autopilot. Oh, they've gone off.
Just full of it. Alright. Do you want me to taxi? Where are we taxiing to? Oh, I thought it got it working and now it's broken again. Alright. No one's walking up to the plane.
Foxtrot Zulu Alpha at holding point Alpha, runway 0.
Go give them a wing wave.
Foxtrot Zulu Alpha Tower, clear for takeoff. She's heavy. And she got airborne. Nice takeoff. Yeah, 1,300 for you, mate. We're at the zone pretty shortly anyway. Where they're going to be, pole 0 here somewhere they'll be. There he is, look, we'll give him a wave. Oh yeah. Alright, all your controls, mate.
So Rob, you're Byron's dad?
That's
Hello,
correct.
mate. Your son Byron, at his young 14 years of age, flying this aeroplane, and you are literally, pardon the pun, in the back seat. You've taken a back seat on this venture with this young man. But as his dad, looking at your son in the front seat of this aeroplane, give me your thoughts, mate. What's this mean to you?
Well, it's quite profound, really, seeing him doing something that, A, I've got no idea what he's doing, or I couldn't tell him what to do either, and that's been quite exhilarating, really.
And like I alluded to earlier, like at 14, you can't legally drink, you can't vote, you can't drive a car, but he's flying a plane. The enormity of that responsibility for such a young boy, that's huge.
That's right, and that's the fantastic thing about the whole aviation industry and learning to fly, where there's no age restriction on it, and really the sky is the limit.
And I'm helping my uncle at Camden Airport fix aeroplanes and go for test flights with him, and then I eventually went onto the air leg and started learning to fly.
And now here you are, flying.
And now here I am,
flying with me.
with the next generation,
Exactly.
mentoring the youth of today in aviation.
All of this wasn't possible without the instructing pilot, Rodney. How long have you been an instructing pilot, Rod?
I think I got my instructor training about 30 odd years ago.
Is Byron the youngest, or certainly one of the youngest students you've had?
Definitely one of the youngest, yeah. I don't think I've had many around that sort of 13 or 14 years old. So he's starting very early in life, which is a big advantage later on.
Spending these last 24 hours with U3. Byron's certainly a character, isn't he? Like, he's a very theatrical young man. How's that played out in the cockpit, mate, at 8,000 feet the last 2 weeks?
But that all comes with the spirit. And what he's doing is pretty amazing when you think about it. Raising funds for not only the Children's Hospital, but I think valuable awareness for this disease that I knew nothing about, or very little about, when we started this journey.
You're winding up the trip. You're still going to keep in touch?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I believe young Byron's going to go on to get his commercial pilot's licence, so he's got obviously a good head start with that. Doing a pretty spectacular trip around this beautiful country.
100,000 feet coming up and down the walls at the moment. Quite squally into conditions, which means half an hour holding. Is minimum fuel required. So it means that every 30 minutes the weather's changing and getting good and bad.
Yeah.
So Byron, what made you want to fly all the way around Australia?
Well, when I was in hospital, I met someone called Bonnie Hancock, and she sailed around Australia, and by then I'd already started flying. So I thought, why not just fly around Australia?
Is flying something that you always had an interest in?
Yeah, I've always had a little bit of an interest, but until a couple of years ago, I didn't know what that interest was. But a couple of years ago, I went flying and I was like, this is what I want to do. This is my main objective in life, and yeah.
So you took up flying. Did you have any inclination that you'd fly around the whole country at 14?
When I first started flying, I didn't think I would ever do it, but after a while, I was like, yeah, why not? Just fly around Australia and just enjoy every moment of it.
So as you approach the end of your time now, in the cockpit, you're about to arrive in Brisbane over the next several days, she's all over. In reflect, mate, what do you think? How do you think it all went?
I think it went wonderful, and I'm quite actually disappointed that it's going to end. As I say, I feel like I've only seen 5% of Australia. It's such a big country, but it's just amazing scenery everywhere, and I'm definitely going to do something like this again, maybe even the world next time.
It still blows me away you're at an age where you can't legally drive a car, not for a while in fact, but you're behind the main controls of an aircraft. What's that mean to you, mate? Do you understand the massive responsibility that you had in that cockpit, in that plane? Do you understand how huge that was in your life?
Yeah, well, it's a massive responsibility, but I find I can overcome this responsibility. When I get in the cockpit, I'm focusing on everything around me. Everything else just leaves my mind, and it's just a way to relax and calm down after a long week or something like that.
Well, you're an admirable guy, mate, and I say that because I knew nothing about Crohn's disease.
Well, I wasn't really born with it. It came after a couple of years. I reckon I would have had it when I was younger, but the symptoms got extremely bad only a couple of years back, and then I only got my diagnosis at the start of this year.
And my hat is tipped to you, Dad. What a wonderful experience you've had to fly around this country with your father in a plane. That is something you will remember for the rest of your life, Byron.
Yeah, it's quite an amazing experience. It's going to be a lifelong memory. When you make memories, you don't think of it at the time, but in the future, you look back at it and you're like, wow, that was wonderful. I'm even looking back at the first couple of weeks and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. You never really get to experience the thing until after it's happened.
Well, thanks, mate, and thanks to all three of you for giving me this opportunity to share your story. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
This is SA. She's just cleared the dash A for takeoff. I heard that as part of my SA. Yeah. And we talk about SA. Yeah. It's a learnt skill. It takes a long time to learn it. So, no excuses. That's the guts get. The guts got you. So we heard that guy, well, I heard him.
Yeah.
So we can't go on now, can we? That's the wrong version. But we're probably going to go behind him, so get ready. So you probably clear the takeoff on like 1-1 or 1.
Pilot down under. That's the best we're gonna get.
Winnie.
Do a couple.
Hello crew, here with Byron, team pilot down under.
Hey.
And Byron, yeah, tell us about, we're like imminent, we're 38 minutes out of the Queensland Children's Hospital to the south, maintaining 4,000 feet. Tell us about how the trip was.
Well, it's been a really big, what's it called, like personal development milestone in my life. It's made me it's made it certain that I want to do aviation for my career. It's absolutely secured it for me. And I reckon this trip itself has just opened my eyes to like the world, and it's like Australia is such a big country, going all the way around the coastline, and we've probably only seen how much percent of it? Probably 3% of Australia, barely any, and it was just amazing. It's just beautiful scenery. and I've gotten to meet so many wonderful people. Oh, it's amazing, honestly. And it's kind of disappointed near the end, but also you get to go back to your nice warm bed. I reckon I'm going to reflect back on this journey my whole life, and I'm going to be like, this is what started my milestone, and this is what started it all. Anyway, back to you on the studio crew. Sorry about getting personal, like too personal. Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're currently at 8,000 feet. Our 172 Cessna hasn't missed a beat. And there begins the story, and it's pretty neat. Actually flying the plane is Byron. He's 14. He's the best little pilot I've ever seen. This young man's life struck some turbulence in the weather, but he didn't give up. Never. So if you've enjoyed the video, don't let it end there. We do ask upon disembarking any change you can spare. Would you consider, please, donating to its cause, Crohn's disease? How a young kid can take this on makes me wonder. So, thanks for choosing to fly with Team Pilot Down Under.